in paradise, and it is beautiful Las Vegas. Yes. Um, would you get me my purse, my glasses? I can't see. I don't have my glasses in my purse. And just bring me my purse. That'd be great. Okay, everybody, what's going on in Las Vegas? Well, we're holding steady. The median price today, this morning, was $425,000, which is 425,000, which is super duper because we're holding steady with all the interest going on. The interest rates go up. We'll see how that impacts it. It'll take a little bit for that to show an impact if it does. But as our price holds steady, I think that our market's going to be steady. We have been selling 88 homes a day this month. And it's not last year's numbers of 138 homes a day, but it is better. So that's the good news. And I think the interest rates, people will get used to them, and then I think that they will go down. I know I said yesterday or Wednesday that's a political issue one way or the other, but we shall see. Yes, we have 29% of our market is that $425,000 and under market. And it looks like 14% of the available homes are $1 million and over. Just like 30% of our available homes are 425,000 and under. And those are some good stats when you're out there doing listing presentations. Unknown caller. Sorry. Listing presentations, which you hear me preach all the time to get a farm, get a farm, get a farm. And we're going to need more listings. And I'm going to show you that in just a minute. I've shortened, if you notice, I shortened this chart. Jimmy's been telling me I needed to do this for about, I don't know how long, a long time. And I know I showed you the other day how I took the chart and created a graph with a chart actually from the stats with this information. So I put it into a chart, and I will work on that again this weekend and hopefully get it to where it is doesn't take me so long to do it. Right now it takes a while. Anyway, practice, I guess. I wanted to show you what I did. So to that point, what I did is, so I took like the $1 million stats and I put them on a chart by themselves, or on this, this isn't really a chart, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the numeric information to the left, and I'm going to put a chart over here to the right. And I'm going to do that for each category, so that depending upon what market you're addressing, you can pull that sheet out. Then you can, if they ask about a different market, you have that sheet to pull out as well. So I'm going to make it a little bit more organized for you, a little bit more presentable, hopefully, with the new the graphic for it. So if you look at this particular chart, you'll see that we're, the $1 million homes where we were selling 2 a day in 2020, 4.5 a day in 2021, down to 4 in 2022. And now this year, and I will tell you if you haven't been watching, that we have continued to climb. We were down in the 1s. Now we're almost to the 3s of how many daily sales there are in the $1 million plus market. So the $1 million buyers are still coming here. And of course, we have beautiful $1 million communities to show them and to sell them. The other chart that I have created, the graph that I'm going to do a chart for, is this one. This is Clark County. And from 0 to 425 is 61% of the market sold. The market sold. Now, this is different than the market that's available, okay? This is year-to-date market sold is 61% median price and under. And then 25% of the market is the $425,000 to $600,000 area. And then from 600 to $1 million is 10% of the market and sold. And then the $1 million market sold is 4%, and high rises are 2%. So that gives you a good idea maybe of where you want to farm. You might want to take that 61% of the number sold and go after that market, because statistically speaking, you have a better chance. So you might want to think about that. Then you might think, well, I'll do a little bit more work, spend a little bit more money, make a little bit more money, and do the $400,000 to $600,000 market. And you might have the same mindset. Now, when you get over 600 to a million, which is only 10% of the market, yes, you make more money, but it really costs more money, and you probably are going to need a virtual assistant, if not an in-office assistant to help you, because it's a tough market. It's a very tough market. The competition out there has been around a long, long time. You all know Ivan Shear. He's been in this market for a long, long time, and he's even grounded in California. He does his marketing over there as well. And guess who moves here and buys those $1 million homes? The Californians. That's a big percentage of them. So he's done his market research, and he's ground in pretty well. He just opened a place at downtown Summerlin, a retail store. So he's doing all the right things to address that market. So if you're going after that market, it's going to be tough to compete with him. Not that you can't, but I'm just telling you, it's going to be tough. So unless you have a really good niche and some really good marketing and all your ducks in a row, it'll be hard to compete with him. And I'm just saying that's a tough market. But if you look at the $400,000 to $600,000 market, that's 25%, and that's not a bad market to go after. The other thing when it comes to niche markets is condos. I remember Liz Mullen used to work for us years ago before she retired, and she was the condo queen. And there was nobody that sold more condos than she did. And that's a niche market. So, and areas are niche markets, and your neighborhood's a niche market. So niche, get niche and get rich is what we used to say. Okay, let's see what else we have here today. Of course, we have our regular full-blown market stats. And one of the things I didn't cut out today was, and put it separately, which I will though, is the non-owner occupieds. Now they've gone down in daily sales, down to 20, and they're less than 30% of our market. Now they're only 26% of our market. And I'm not sure why, except that interest rates might be impacting it, because whether you know or not, a lot of the investors will buy cash, pay cash for a house, get it rented. Then they will take money out of that one to buy another one, because now they have a lease on the first one. So it's not going to impact their mortgage application. So sometimes that happens in this type of market that we've seen in the past couple of years with the rents going up. So basically what I'm saying is they may be impacted by the higher interest rates. You get it? When the interest rates were lower, they could possibly even get 3 homes when they had cash for one, and move it up that way. It's just a strategy for investors that many investors do. And I know they do it all over the East Coast, and I'm sure they do it here as well. Anything else remarkable? No. So let's move on. That's our stats, and I will put that down. And we're going to talk a little bit about something that's going on in our yesterday, and that was the Black Knight. Black Knight has been approved by Fannie Mae to support new home valuation options. So my friend Sarah Lentz posted this yesterday, or this morning actually. So it's pretty fresh. So what am I talking about? So Black Knight is one of the 6 vendors approved by Fannie Mae to support new valuation options, value acceptance plus property data. So using Scout, which is a appraiser program, Black Knight's property inspection application, they have an app for it for the phone. Appraisers and other approved data collectors can collect interior and exterior property data using a mobile device. Now, why is that so important? Well, because the appraisers are out there in the market. They're not sitting at their home in their computer with all their files and things and all the paper that they have to do. And so this is a big plus for them. So Black Knight is officially one of only 6 vendors that they've been approved by Fannie Mae, and that they are on the New York Stock Exchange, and their code is BK. Interesting. Fannie Mae announced the new option beginning of the month actually, as an alternative to traditional appraisals in updates to its selling guide. So it's actually made it public March 1st, and we're just getting this over the wire today. The value acceptance plus property data valuation option allows for properly trained and vetted third parties to collect interior and exterior data on a property under consideration. So they can pull data in from other sources. It just doesn't have, and they, of course, they're vetted appraisers and they're trusted by Fannie Mae. And Black Knight is also trusted by Fannie Mae, which is the third party source. Yeah, I know it's hard to sometimes go through the news and figure out what the heck are they saying. So the lender or their vendor reviews the collected data for accuracy and to ensure the property meets the requirements for loan eligibility. And in today's world, with the interest rates going higher and things like that, this is helping the appraisers. The appraisers aren't setting the world on fire right now, obviously, like they were the past 2 years. So this was introduced 2 years ago. The cloud-based Scott app enables users to easily collect detailed property data on the interior and the exterior using their mobile device. That's the takeaway. So let's see what that means. I think at the end of the article here, the top takeaways for real estate agents. So what that means is that home appraisals have been the subject of debate for some time. Now, the news like this and technology advancements like Scott and the Plunk, there's another app called the Plunk app, are so worth sharing and learning more about. We're big fans of tools that not only streamline but improve critical processes for real estate transactions. The less time and money it takes to determine a property's fair market value, the quicker you can move on to helping your client get the outcome they want. And so, I always check the agent's page 2 of the RPA and see how many days they are saying the appraisal contingency. And I always ask them to shorten it because we need to shorten it so the appraisers can get these things faster. And if you understand how you get a traffic jam by the people that keep gawking their heads, it's kind of the same strategy. Get these people moving. 12 days, 14 days, get the appraisal done. Now we know if we've got a deal. And I think that the appraisal contingency and the due diligence should really go hand in hand. And I have other opinions on that as well. On the due diligence, I really believe the seller should be doing the inspection and the buyer can approve it or not, but at least the buyer knows what to expect. And so do the agents when it comes to the repair request, which seems to be something that kind of gets wonky in the process. So I'm just looking for ways to hopefully streamline our business because we need to streamline it. We don't need 28 days for an appraisal. Now, the loan contingency can remain in case there's some issues with the borrower. But as far as get the house out of the way, make sure the house appraises, and then everybody can move on. It makes sense to me. So tools like this hopefully will help those appraisers meet those demands that I hope we all will make on them. So that is the mortgage news for the day. Now, I know I showed this to you Wednesday, but I'm going to show it to you one more time because I want you to see one more time what people are predicting for the mortgage rates. Fannie Mae is saying 6.2. Oh, 6. And Freddie Mac is saying 6.2. And the Mortgage Bankers Association, this is the reason I'm bringing this back up. They're saying 5.2. And they're looking at the rates going down in quarter 2. So it remains to be seen because I think quarter 2, which is coming up April, May, and June, are going to be a telling tale as to what's going to happen for the last part of the year. And if rates start going down, the first-time homebuyers will come back in the market because of the price of the median price. So looks like better days ahead. Now, these are predictions that these 3 entities have predicted for our future, and hopefully they're right. And I said the other day, and I just want to say it again, I think there's some politics that may play in here and change this, but we shall see. Just wanted to end that segment of the show with that chart. So now, from a technical standpoint, we've been doing like ChatGPT, we do Instagram, we do all different types of things that are going on in the world today. So I want to show you what this company, Home Equity Bank, has put together. Now, we just taught our risk reduction class, and it's on cybersecurity. And one of the parts that we have in our class is something called fake. So there's a fake scam. And I think that people think, oh, nah, it's nothing. It is something. So I'm going to show this video, and you can get this on YouTube if you want to share it with your I think this is a great video for you to share out to your sphere of influence, and perhaps an item of value to share if you have an email campaign going out to people. I think that this is interesting. So I'm going to turn my mic.
On social media, scammers have been posing as the real Keanu Reeves to spark romantic relationships, maybe even with you. Out of the blue, they'll make urgent requests for money that is then lost forever. So if you believe you're in a relationship with Keanu Reeves, I'm afraid it's over. I'm not Keanu Reeves. I'm a deepfake, unmasking a very real romance scam. But please know that it's not you. It's scammers. Question all online money requests, even from Keanu Reeves. Raise your guard if an online relationship is moving rapidly. Never provide personal banking info through the web or phone. Unmask more scams at chip.ca.
So what does that mean? Why did I show you that? Well, let me just tell you what it means. There we go. What it means is that there are people out there that could fake you. They could deep fake you. They take your face and put it on their body. It really does happen, and the FBI has warned us many, many times, at least on the broker level, to teach our agents about some of these scams, because they're really happening and they can really hurt our industry. CNBC and MNBC and even CBS and I think even Fox News, all of the major channels have had short clips on mortgage scams, real estate scams, things like that. And that hurts our industry. So if we are the people that are out there sharing different bits and pieces of what's going on in the cyber world, I think that our clients would truly appreciate it and think that we're at the top of our game. In one of our classes, Jimmy shows a chart on things that buyers and sellers are interested in, and they're interested in cybersecurity has crept up into the chart. They're interested in cybersecurity. So don't think that you're blindsiding them with something that they've never heard of before. If that happens, perhaps that's going to be a good thing for them. But for most part, people understand cybersecurity is a real threat. The billions of dollars keep increasing. One of the things that everybody needs to know is that you can share with your clients and your prospects, your farm, is that if a hacker comes in and takes over your computer and asks you for ransom, like I think we were hacked years ago for $750. Now we have firewalls, and that was the first and last time that has ever happened to us since 1987 or 1997, excuse me, because we've always had a server with firewalls. But anyway, this particular, for some reason, somebody opened something that they shouldn't have, and the hacker took over the computer. Now, our fear, of course, immediately was it was going to take down the whole server and so on and so forth, which would have been very costly to us to recreate. So anyway, our IT department shut them down just in time, because they back then, now this is several years ago, and it's probably different now. It took them time to get in there and actually encrypt all the data, which is what they said they had done, but they hadn't done it yet. Bottom line is, the FBI has told us, we all attended 6 months ago, a beautiful luncheon produced by the Commercial Alliance here in Las Vegas, and they had Frank Abagnale on stage, and he spoke for 1 hour nonstop. He was the airline pilot that was an impersonator, and he was, I think Tom Hanks was him, or maybe DiCaprio, I forget. Anyway, back in the days when Catch Me If You Can, that movie, was popular. So bottom line, though, is what he told us, and this is what you need to really hear. So listen to what I'm going to tell you right now. If that hacker is from the Middle East, let's say, which many of them are, and they're not an ally of the United States, the FBI, first of all, if you pay the hacker, the FBI can come in and take you away and say you have aided and abetted terrorism. Now that sounds very far-fetched, but it is very true. And you can Google it, but it is very true. And there is we give you all types of information in our class, Risk Reduction, which we have every month. It'll be next month. We've already had the one for this month. We had it last Friday, actually. But anyway, it is nothing to take lightly. Cybersecurity is on the rise, and things like the deep fake with the Keanu Reeves romance little clip kind of shows you that somebody could impersonate you. You know, we're all preaching, do videos, do videos, do videos. So what if a deep fake person does a video and impersonates you, and people, maybe you're a property manager, and maybe they say, oh, send me a holding deposit for this beautiful home. It's going on the market for just, way under market, and send us the money. Those are the types of things that these hackers do. They're very clever, and they know that they have a live audience here. They know, look at all the sales we do. Look at all the rentals that we do. And this is across the United States, not just here in Vegas, of course, but it's really a problem. So please, please brush up on your cybersecurity skills. Our risk reduction classes every month. You can go to be.vegas and schedule your next month. And speaking of education, we do have a class on Monday, and Jimmy Dag has put together this really cool class, and it is new homes versus resale home sales. And like I said the other day, I mean, a while back, we didn't teach this class because guess what? They weren't paying us a commission. Now they're paying us a commission again. They won our business again. So this is really a really good class to take. It's 3 CE credits, general, but very informative. And you can use this as part of your online classes for general. We're in the process of putting it online, but it's not an online class yet. So it's a live classroom or a Zoom. Zoom counts too. So anyway, join us on Monday, 10 to 1. Go to be.vegas, click the 27th, and at one click, and you put in your information and you're signed up. Just pick whether you're Zooming or in person. And if something happens over the weekend and you can't make it, you can always reschedule. We try to make life as easy as possible for realtors. After all, we've been realtors for 30 plus years, so we understand the challenges everybody has. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'll be working hard to improve our charting system and make it more user-friendly for you and your clients. I take that on advisement, and I took it seriously. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.